Sticky toffee pudding is an English dessert consisting of a very moist sponge cake covered in toffee sauce and often served with vanilla custard or vanilla ice cream. Welcome to the Bear Pantry Show. If you're looking for authentic Belizean recipes, then you're in the right place. My name is Barbara and this is Cooking Made Simple. Alright guys, so I'm gonna attempt making butterscotch sauce, okay? So I have some sugar here in my skillet and a little bit of water. Now let me cut the fire on. Let me set it to medium. Now you're going to be tempted to stir, but don't stir, okay? Just go ahead and pick the skillet up and kind of swirl it around like this to make sure the water gets all over the sugar. And then just set it back down on the heat and let it continue to do its thing. Now it's bubbling, and earlier when it got to this stage, I moved too quickly and I poured the cream in, and this is what I got, a hot mess. So this is where we are again. Now it's bubbling some more. What we're looking for is this amber color, okay? So this is going for like a good 10 minutes. Now I'm going to put the cream in. This is heavy cream. Let me get it all. And I have to move fast because I don't want it to turn into candy. Now let me drop the butter in, 2 tablespoons of cold butter. Oh, see, it's coming like, oh, come on, help me. Joe, come help me. All right, so we've turned the fire down and just continue to cook it on low, and Joe's helping. And see, now it's becoming like liquid again. And after we set this aside, then it should kind of firm up like a sauce, okay? All right, so this is how we're going to make the cake. Dates, water, instant coffee, baking soda, brown sugar, butter, 2 eggs, vanilla extract, all-purpose flour, and baking powder. All right? So let's start by cooking our dates. 1 cup of dates. And then some water. Go ahead and screenshot this. This is the recipe, well, the ingredients for the butterscotch sauce and also for the cake. So drop the coffee in, and then the baking soda, not the powder but the soda. It's going to go crazy like this. Just allow it to stew or cook for a little bit longer. Let me go ahead and cream the brown sugar and the butter. Now, every recipe that I saw for this dessert uses a wooden spoon, and I'm going to start with a wooden spoon, but if that's not working, I'm going to switch it out to my hand mixer, okay? So butter and sugar. Let me go ahead and start creaming. Oh, it's boiling over. Let me grab something to put in here. Quiet it down. I'm telling it to stay down. And you know what? This is pretty much done. Let me clean up my pot before it gets too hard. And I'm going to go ahead and cut the fire off. Yeah, this is done. And I've decided that I'm going to use the hand mixer after all. I don't like creaming things for too long. This little $15 hand mixer has saved me so many times when it comes to making dessert. Let me just go ahead and blend. It's smelling pretty good because of the brown sugar. Okay, clean off the edges. Crack the eggs. I've seen some recipes that call for 3 eggs, but I'm going to go with the 2-egg recipe here. I'm putting together like 4 or 5 different recipes to make this cake, alright? Let me get the other one. Okay, this looks creamy and smooth. Oh, let me get the vanilla. I bought some imitation vanilla, guys, finally. You guys know I've been out for a while. And blend again. Now let me pour the date mixture. So this is why you don't want the water to cook too long, because you need the liquid for this part of the batter, okay? And let me go ahead and get my hand mixer out of the way because I'm not going to use it again. I'm just going to fold the dry ingredients in, which is all-purpose flour and baking powder. All the recipes call for self-rising flour. but I don't like using that because it's too salty for me. So I prefer to make my own. So all I've done is put a cup of all-purpose flour and 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. To every cup of flour, you put 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder and half a teaspoon of salt. But I'm not going to put any salt in this one, all right? Because the butter that I'm using has enough salt. Sift the dry ingredients in and fold. Let's fold. So the batter is not going to be too thick. Just take your time with it and work the flour in, okay? Well, the flour and the baking powder. So this recipe actually calls for baking soda and baking powder, but we put the baking soda in when we were cooking the dates. Okay. Let me grab my pan. I have a 9x9 pan here, lined with parchment. And I'm just going to go ahead and pour this in. You know, it's not the prettiest looking batter. It has an odd color, and then the dates that are kind of flowing throughout makes it look weird, but it smells pretty good. So I think I'm going to like this. This is the first time that I'm making it. Now here it is. The oven is up to temperature at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Stick it in and give it 30 minutes. Somebody asked me to make this pudding for them, so that's why I ran home and looked it up. And I'm so excited to make it. This is 30 minutes later. Let me get it out and then test it with a skewer or a toothpick. If it comes out clean, meaning no wet batter on it, we're good. Yeah, we're good. Let's move it over to the counter. And Joe's going to help me remove it from the pan. Hold the pan. Get it out, allow it to cool, and then we're going to dive in. Alright guys, take a look at it. So that was a 9x9 pan, and I think it's just really perfect. I like the height on the cake. It smells amazing. You can smell the brown sugar, you can smell the dates. And see, the thing that I made last night, the butterscotch sauce or syrup. And let me tell you, sauces and syrups give me a hard time, the sugary ones. So I messed it up the first time, like you guys know. Let me see how I want to cut this. I'll get a middle. But I got it right the second time around because I let the sugar and the water cook longer. Now this should be served with like vanilla ice cream, but I have none. Still warm. Now I want to give a shout out to 3 people: Sarah, Florrie, and Grace. They're the ones that inspired me to make this. Ooh. Okay, let me go take my thumbnail, and when I come back, we're gonna taste, all right? And Jory missed the shot when I put the thing in my mouth. Let's try again. No, that's the one thing when you're a cook for a show, you gotta taste it over and over again for poison and stuff like that, you know? When they told me about this cake, they had me at dates, they had me at brown sugar, they had me at sauce. There's another sauce that goes with this cake, but I tried the butterscotch one, okay? Okay. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching. If you're seeing me on Facebook, don't forget to follow and like the page and put me in your watch so that you can know when I upload another video. And if you're seeing me on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my uploads. Bye now.